Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Tom from UDS with another edition of UDS Interviews, our series where we chat to interesting people from around the world. Now, my guest this week is a band that balanced nostalgic flavor with an innovative edge to create a sound destined for the biggest stages on Earth. Wow, that went a bit Jeremy Clarkson there, but I'm keeping that one in. Here to talk about their latest single, it is my pleasure to introduce Jake, Ed, and Sam, and maybe Adam if he becomes free this evening, from arguably the most handsomest band performing today, the Zangwills.
In amongst the glitter, where both quitter and committer meet, there's somewhat of a Judas and a lewdness intercepts the beat. Confidence takes over, his discretion is oh so discreet. Sweet in the form of bitter, where boundaries are obsolete.
Oh, that was lovely, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I speak no lie, I speak no lie. Guys, how's it going?
Good, it's going good.
Really
Awesome.
good.
Awesome. I mean, you're all looking fabulous. Backgrounds are looking great. Faces are looking great. We're going to have a good time. But for the unfortunate few that may not have heard of you guys before, could you just quickly introduce who the Zangwills are?
Hi, I'm Jake. Hi, I sing in the Zangwills.
Hi, Jake.
Hi. Who are you?
I'm Ed, and I play bass in the Zangwills.
I'm Sam, and I play guitar in the Zangwills, funnily enough.
I feel like this has got a bit of a blind date vibe to it at the moment, so I completely love. And I suppose in the spirit of blind date, I obviously we're going to talk about music, but I want to get to know the real you as well. And the way I do that is by asking the hard-hitting questions, the questions that wouldn't get on TV. They're too rude for TV. They're not really rude. But my question is, if each of you individually was a type of sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you say best represents you as a person?
Ooh.
I'd say, you know them really small little sausages?
Cocktail sausages.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't sandwiches, yep.
No, just a sausage butty. Boy.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, that's it's just like little cocktail sausages. Any particular reason that you'd be a cocktail sausage sandwich?
Not particularly.
Just a fan.
I can remember you eating a lot of them, you know. A lot of cocktails.
The resemblance is purely physical. But all jokes aside, I have no idea what butty I do. I don't know, dude. Sam, what butty would you do?
I don't know. I don't really eat a lot of sandwiches, you know. So, like, the only time I do, it's got halloumi in it, and it's got a bit of salad in it. And I'm dead weird. I cover it in, like, Caesar salad dressing and then put it in a butty. But, like, I toast the bread. I don't know. It's pretty
last
nice.
week, Sam did make me a hash brown sandwich last week. That was nice.
That's good.
I remember that. Yeah. Oh yeah, hash brown, vegan Richmond sausages, fried egg, and baked bean in a butty. I reckon that'd be me.
That feels like it's one of those sandwiches you get in the old Scooby Doo's where they're about like sort of 3 foot tall. I'm fully on board with a gourmet sandwich.
That's what
like
I'm going for.
Very fancy. What about you, Ed?
I'd probably go cheese and pickle.
Oh yeah,
Classic.
Heavy one that.
Say no more.
That is a typical bassist sandwich. I feel is a nice cheese and pickle.
And pickle.
You can't go wrong. Do you put any sort of other condiments or what? How would you garnish your cheese and pickle? Would it just be white bread on the plate, or would you have a particular type of crisps or anything to go with it?
Oh, maybe some cheese and onion crisps. Maybe a couple of sliced tomatoes on the cheese and pickle sandwich.
Excellent.
Nothing too extraordinary.
They call them classics for a reason, and I have to say, you all sound delicious. So you've all passed the sandwich test. There's not really a test, but you do sound delicious. But we've talked enough about sandwiches, as much as I could talk for the next hour about sandwiches. You are here to talk about your latest single, Never Look Back, which has been out for roughly about a week and a half now. So what's the reaction been to it so far?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good actually. I'm happy with everybody who's spoke to about it. Has really liked it. We've not really had any bricks thrown through windows or anything.
No one said that they hate it, so I think that can only be.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
That is a solid benchmark. That's a solid benchmark. So how would you sort of describe it for someone who hasn't checked out the single yet? We might play a little bit of it now, just like as they do, the professionals do on television, just so people can get a little flavor. But for people who haven't checked out the whole song, how would you describe Never Look Back?
I'd say it's a bit 80s. It's very sort of Bowie, Ashes to Ashes kind of thing. Bit like cheesy, but in a nice way, like a cheese and pickle type of cheese.
I knew they would come back round eventually.
Yeah, they're always there.
My favourite song would
Yeah, but like I'd agree. I think it's my favourite so far. It's the most forward, I think, out of all our songs in terms of it's not just four guitars, it's like a lot of layers. Like that.
I think it's probably the most mature sounding one we've done as well so far.
Yeah.
I reckon that's out there.
feels like the first of like a new like bunch of songs, like a step forward from the last ones.
Exciting. And I definitely will sort of touch on future plans in just a sec, but just looking a little bit more at the single, it tackles themes like how uncertainty can bring about both anxiety and hope in sort of equal measure. And given that we've been living in arguably the most uncertain times of living memory, basically, how much do you think that influenced the writing of the song sort of the past 18 months as they've been?
Yeah, I'd say probably more on the subconscious level. It's actually written a while ago.
Oh, really?
But in the first lockdown, I wrote it. And it wasn't really about anything. It was just like sort of rhymes, like write and just like whatever words. When me and Sam used to write the songs like Horrors, Sobriety and stuff like that, we just used to mumble like until words started to come out, and then you'd change them around that. It was kind of the same as that, but where it came from, probably like if I went to see a doctor or something, they'd probably be able to find out it was from being locked in or something. I'm not sure really. I'm not sure where it came from, but
it's funny how sometimes the meaning can sort of, be, as you say, sort of under the surface and sort of pop out through sort of, these random riffings and things like that. But speaking of randomly popping out, I am just going to let in one Adam Spence.
Hey!
Okay, so now we have the wonderful Adam Spence to complete the Zangwills lineup here on UDS Interviews. I have to ask you the most important question, and that is, if you were a type of sandwich, what kind of sandwich best represents you as a person?
Probably like prawn cocktail, because I don't know anyone that like prawn cocktail. Or maybe like a BLT, pretty straightforward, pretty versatile, pretty. I don't know, maybe not very. I don't know what's the word. Not very controversial, I guess. Yeah, or maybe
a sandwich for the people. A sandwich for the people. Exactly. And you've been a good sport for not mentioning any of the background so far. So you're doing well. You're playing along. But we're just talking about your latest single, Never Look Back, and sort of the process and the thought that went behind it. But this is a question for everyone, by the way. This is your first single of 2021, I believe, and you have alluded to it briefly that there could be more. But is there going to be more music this year from you guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I just don't know where.
It's already there waiting. It's just when it comes out. We have no idea, to be there, genuinely.
Fair enough. So are we talking, a smattering of single releases, an EP, or what can people, as much as you can, tell us, of course, for the rest of the year?
In terms of the rest of this year, I'd say there'll be another single if it goes according to plan. We have one more recorded. We did it at the same time as Never Look Back.
Okay.
But it's just when we chuck it out, and then we've got a lot written, but I think that will be next year.
Exciting times.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I mean, I'm just greedy because I want more music from you guys, but no, you got to do what you got to do. But in the more short term, in less than a month's time now, you've got a show in Manchester. So, is this your first post-lockdown show, or have you already played a few bits and bobs since live music's popped back up?
We've done a couple, but not as a full band. Adam couldn't play them, unfortunately, because he put his hand through a window.
I feel like there's a story in there that needs to be told. How did that happen?
I just fell over and landed in a door. Yeah.
That sounds very painful.
It was, to be honest, I couldn't feel it at the time. I couldn't feel it at all. And then I stood up, and there was a lot of glass around me on the floor, and I held my hand up in the air, and it was a very red colour. And I thought, I don't know, I just thought it didn't seem right. So we went to the hospital, and then they agreed my superstitions that maybe it wasn't how it was meant to be.
So they got me a funny feeling.
Yeah, they got me in for an operation. They patched it up, made me all better. But I was in a cast for 2 months, and I've only really been able to play again the last few weeks. So yeah, Academy is going to be my first gig back post lockdown. But the other lucky trappies, they were able to play in Northwich and in Warrington, which I was very jealous of because they were very, very good.
Awesome. So the Northwich show must have been a proper hometown crowd then.
Definitely. A lot of familiar faces. Salty Dogs it's such a fun venue to play. It's just always absolutely crazy because it's so compact. It's kind of like it reminds me, that what's that venue in London? The Vans shows they do in that really long room, but it's really compact where they get massive bands to play. It kind of feels that. Just going from playing giant venues like Academy to playing somewhere so tiny. It's just so much fun. It's it brings back the essence of playing live. Yeah.
Absolutely. As a punter, the smaller shows, the better for me, because you just do get that better connection. Obviously, I don't know what it's like for you guys on the other end, but I've always preferred, no matter where, how big a band gets, when they come back to the smaller places, it just has that something extra special.
Absolutely, just more compact.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely.
But obviously, the Academy is quite an iconic venue. You must be pretty stoked to be playing that soon.
Yeah, it'd be really good. I mean, playing the same venue as we did last time, just before the lockdown, the February just before we went to lockdown, and it was so good last time. But we're playing there again, and I'm pretty excited. I mean, we're coming back with loads of new stuff, so it's not going to be the same gig. It's going to be better, hopefully. Anyway, I think we'll enjoy it more, but
that's the main thing.
Else does.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you're enjoying yourself, it's infectious, and it definitely translates. But if obviously I'm, as you can probably tell by my accent, the most southern of the southern boys, but so I don't know if I'll be able to make that one. But if you guys ever make your way sort of nearer London, then I'm definitely down for a few drinks. But
definitely. Very soon.
We definitely will be playing in London at some point, I reckon. Hopefully this year. I don't know.
Well, we're down south yet to announce.
At some point, aren't we? Yeah.
Let's go back to
what was that?
Where are we playing?
Can we say? Hey, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can say. Yeah, I think we're playing in Hastings Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's just do it.
That's like as south as you can get, though, isn't it? Not on like the coast.
Pretty much. Well, I'm down in Kent, so like London is normally the only place near me that does gigs, but I think Hastings might be even closer. So
Whee!
yeah, it's
Beautiful,
meant to be.
beautiful.
It's a date.
Yeah.
It's a
So
definite
what is-
date.
It's a date.
It's a date.
We will make it happen. But in the meantime, that's for the future. But for now, and sort of maybe looking back at the past 18 months, while people haven't been able to tour or go out or do pretty much anything, what people have done, or at least I have, is consume a heck of a lot more media. So whether it be movies, video games, TV shows, everything and more, I've been watching and playing a lot of shit. But with that in mind, if you could have one of your songs featured in anything at all, nothing's off the table, what would it be?
You Skate Game.
Oh, great shout. Great shout.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would just be really sick.
Is that you in the background? I said I wasn't going to mention the background, but that's amazing.
Your brother.
I genuinely thought that your background had turned off and there was just some random guy sat behind you.
I'm in a crisis.
I thought someone was just bored waiting for you to finish this. Oh my God.
No, I don't know. If that was a film, what just happened then? That would be quite good. But yeah, that Sam, you've been spot on there, but I think I'd agree. Skate Game would be really good.
I mean, we haven't had a skate game. Like, they've been teasing the new one for years, but it just hasn't happened. But I mean, I don't know about you, but I've always felt like skate was always a bit better than Tony Hawk. So
Yeah.
I'd agree with you.
I feel like that's a controversial take. So I feel like I'm in good company. But
Oh, of course.
I think we've I think me and Jake especially have got quite an uncomfortable obsession with Skate 3. Or I have, anyway.
We released a Christmas song a few years ago. I don't know if you saw it. Of All I Want for Christmas is Skate 4. But it's on SoundCloud, not Spotify. But go and have a listen to it.
I'm definitely going to have to check that out because that is all I would like for Christmas.
Yeah.
And Jake, you were the bigger man for not saying Little Britain the video game as what you would like for the Zangwills track in as it's been playing.
Yeah. I think that would be pretty good as well. But
as Andy Pipkin jumps off the diving board, Zangwills song playing, it would be poetry. It would be poetry. Oh, wow. This isn't how I expected the interview to go, but I'm so happy it has. Now, back to music. No, enough of that stuff. Obviously, we've touched on it a little bit, but in sort of a broader sense, what does the rest of 2021 have in store for you guys? What else have you got planned that you can reveal to us?
Lots of gigs, lots of music.
you say lots. Like maybe
Some-
One music.
One music, please.
We need to go and record some music. We need to do this academy gig so that we can afford to go and write and record more music.
Yeah, that's exactly true.
That's pretty punk rock.
It's a heavy one.
Yeah, we're trying to get into some places that we haven't before. I mean, it's coming up to gig season now, out of festival season. So hopefully, it's just so excited about it. It's gonna be so nostalgic, even though it shouldn't be.
Years ago.
But it will be so good.
Yeah,
I just want to go to loads of gigs as well, as a fan.
absolutely. I haven't had a chance to go to a gig yet, and I've missed it so much. I haven't been to a gig since March 2020, and it feels weird. It feels weird not being at a gig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me and Sam went the other week, and we said it feels weird how normal it feels going to a gig.
Yeah.
After so long, we were just stood in a gig and we were like, this feels so just right and normal. That was more weird than just being there after so long.
Well, I suppose that's what you want is, you want to get back into the things that you enjoy doing and it not be weird doing them. You want to go back and it just be, this is what I needed. This is what I've been waiting for. So yeah, no, that's great to hear. And hopefully there'll be people feeling exactly the same at your shows before too long. But
I hope so.
As we wrap up the interview and I run out of questions and other silly bollocks to ask you, I have one more silly bollocks question to ask you, which is, we are UDS, which stands for Upside Down Shark. And don't ask me why we went with Upside Down Shark. It's a very silly name, but we're in way too deep to change it now. But be that as it may, fellas, what are your favorite sharks? And they could be real, they could be fictional, it could be a shark from a movie or a shark from nature. What would you say your favorite shark is?
Like, hammerhead sharks just look stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you think a regular shark is like aerodynamic because it has a pointy nose. A hammerhead shark is like the opposite of that. Like it's got a bit like.
Oh, it is, but only if it goes sideways.
That's maybe a basking shark is swallow me whole. I wouldn't even.
I think I read that fan fiction.
The Brummy one off Nemo.
Oh yeah.
He's sounding. I like him.
I'm more of a dolphin sort of guy.
Dolphin.
I can dig it. I mean, we've had some pretty abstract answers to this question. I think someone said Danny DeVito as Penguin in Batman Returns was their favorite shark. So if you want to go with a dolphin, you're still in the ballpark of, pretty normal answers.
Right, I need to do better then, don't I?
My favourite shark?
Shark.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the Brummy one off Nemo.
Nice.
I'm going to go one off Nemo, but on the Scouse Finding Nemo video.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I've seen this.
Oh, we'll have to send it to you. It's great.
I'll play it now. If I can find it, it will be playing now so everyone has the context. Okay, so we've got Finding Nemo, Hammerhead, a dolphin. Ed, what was yours?
I'd probably go the baddie off Shark Tales.
Oh, yes. Yes.
What about one of the Sharknado sharks? Remember that?
Oh yeah, the Sharknado, like
the whole Sharknado. You could have
as a collective.
Yeah, you could have a literal airborne swarm of sharks as your favorite sharks if you wanted to.
I'm happy with that.
I think we've got a good rogues gallery of sharks there. I think that we've done some great work. But really, I have one serious question to ask you at the end, and that is, until people can see you at a show, or in the meantime, where can people find you guys online?
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
Spotify, Apple Music,
all the streaming ones, all the social ones, just the Zangwills on all of them.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, I'll put the links in the description below so everyone can find it nice and easy. But that is pretty much it. So all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for your time today, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nice one.
Anytime.
No, it's not an option. Even yes is not suffice. The feeling of rejection fuses twisted paradise. Charming words of nowhere, not a pleasant look inside.